Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, my team of the highest light and resonance, thank you for raising me out of my bed. Thank you for this blessed Yamaya Saturday. Divine masculine, make it hot. Divine feminine, make it hot. I said, Spirit, make it. What's up, my unit? How are you? Been a minute, eh? Let's clear the vibes. Honestly, all I have to say to you right now, this is a time of knowing what's good for you. You know what's good for you, right? And with the Piscean energy that just left, and we're going into the Aries vibe right now, right? Right? We have the self and the threshold, right? How you see yourself walking, right? This is the velvet rope, right? If you taking that energy, right? After the velvet rope, right? You can't blame nobody but you. So this advice energy that's coming in is like, yeah, you could take the advice and you are giving advice, but at the same time, like this is all about you. So it's like a little bit of feeling like guilty and a little bit of disappointment in self, but then it's also ways of correction, right? You don't need no more advice. You don't need to be told what to do, right? You're old enough, like you can take care of yourself, right? So these illusions that are coming in right now are to distract, to make us feel as if like we're inadequate all over again. And that's what the illusions in the world do through poverty mindset, through relationships, through, you know what I'm saying? So the cycles that we're repeating right now, you're just to remember that you can pass. You know what I'm saying? You already passed the test, but it's like passing through these doors, passing through these thresholds, passing through the gates. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, you're right. What's for you is for you, right? And also, too, this is where sometimes, too, in this energy where the spoon feeding and the spoon feeding with the Piscean energy that comes in, where it's kind of like, oh, here, take this, right? The scraps. And it's like, no, right? And kind of like a little bit of like going to grandma's house for dinner. And then it's like, you're hoping, right? There's still a plate for you, or you think there's a plate for you. When you go, there's food left, but it's just a little left, right? So you can't get mad at grandma too much, right? The grandma energy, because it's not like they didn't think about you, but it's like that's what's left, right? So it's like you and your patterns now getting into that energy, right? Let's use that, right? So you're hungry for life, right? You know that there's something being prepared, right? By an elder, by an ancestor, by, you know what I'm saying? But you keep arriving late, right? So you can't be too vexed, right? So my advice would be if you want to get there, do what you need to do to get there on time, right? And what's blocking you and what's stopping you, right? We have to let that go. We have to pray. hmm The prayer and the mask. You see, I didn't want to tap into this vibe too, but I felt this too, even at this time too. Like using, you know, your connection to spirit and your connection to God should be working right now. So prayer should be your friend, right? So having that faith, right? So it's like hearing that and it's like, oh, you've already been doing that. That's why it's like, have you? Do you really believe? That's why I'm like, keep doing it. And this time it's like you emphasize, you put that in. But that mask energy that I saw is just like masking the fact of you thinking that that's all you need to do as well, right? Aries Mars energy is coming in where it's like there's more to be done, right? And a lot of times people think that they're doing their best. Are you? Was that your best? It was. Oh, I feel bad. All right. Your unconscious, sensitive, and emotions responses. I feel bad if that's your best. All right, because there comes a time where it's like you can see that. That's why. That's why you can't pass. You see what I'm saying? Right? Because you didn't. You're not like that. Wasn't the best, right? Okay, they like we're gonna go with them, right? And at the same time, there's always something better out there, right? So it's like being in admiration energy as well at this time and not being too pissed off and trying to get into your ego, right? Why be a copycat? Scorpio, the energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, right? Magnetic, charming, but also secretive and possessive, right? Right? We have Uranus energy in here. We have Gemini energy in here. We have Piscean energy in here. Right? right? The first house, this is the Aries energy that I'm looking for right here, right? What people see it and the impression that you give, right? The energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, forgiving. The energy communicative, mischievous, witty, right? With the Gemini and Uranus closing this up, right? This energy is giving it your potential for sudden change, the enlightenment, right? I feel like this is for the masks too. Like, you know, like you're woken up to people who are like the ninth house, broaden your horizons either spiritually, academically, or on a long journey, right? Thinking the funk, it's like you're no help, right? And this help is actually no help to me, right? Your inner guidance is helping you. You can see, like, when it's like, well, what did you just tell me to do? You thought that was like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get into that vibe right now of like, and it's ask, don't tell, right? So you can suss out the ones that are here to sabotage you when you never asked the fucking question to begin with. But all of a sudden now, like, all this advice is coming in here and the comparison energy and the projecting, and you're like, pause, right? Right, trust me, spirit. Up, right? The writing energy, right? Sexuality, love is coming through. Union, right? And I'll give you a quick little breakdown. I'm going to talk about it more. But it's like, you know, I told you how I deal with seasons and cycles, right? And I go by 3s and 4s, and we know 7s and 10s. But like, as we look at the decades, right, 10 to 20, right, when I was really taking in myself in certain things too in the cycles, right? The sexuality energy that I'm seeing in the writing energy and this forgiving and the prayer and all this, right? The confusion energy that I see that may be going through certain decades of people at this time, right? Like my 30s to 40s, right? You're dealing with this energy, with the energy of relationships, healing, the love, right? The unions, right? So this could have been karmic, this could have been soulmate, or whatever that is, right? Or like, that's personal. But these prayer energy that's coming, that came in, right, to give this kind of like a way for you to heal and move forward, but also finish forgiving yourself for this situation, right? So you're kind of like living your life trying to do these things. The distraction for that decade is going back and dealing with that heartache that happened from 20 to 30, right? I feel like our 20 to 30s, right, are kind of in that cycle of dealing with your 10 to 20s, right? I'll break it down a bit more for you guys, I will, because this is my analysis and how I see things. But I was really taking it in and feeling out the waves and the seasons and the cycles. And what I see here is really like this time of rewriting how, you know, you why one is operating like this, right? Or how one got to be so, right? That's what this is like, you know, the simplicity of this, right? Celestial, yeah, coming back into your divine being, right? Things looking back up, right? Whatever's happening right here is this old energy, but it's also old energy and it's also repeating energy, right? That's the matrix for you, but I really see here a chance for you to tap in, for some of you, right? Integrity, yeah, if you want to. Fairy magic, right? To really tap in, celestial, yeah, and see how divinely you can find a band-aid for yourself at this time. Because I get it, right? I do get it. Don't get it twisted. I do get it. But I'm not really here to fall for it, right? I accept, right, what's the reality of things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're part of that plan, right? So here is where it's like Spirit's like you're rewriting this, right? And you're writing to yourself, right? And this is where I really do see a good the Magician. Yeah, I see a really good, like, as simple as this is, as small as it is, even if it's just like a little, and like this is, like this, it will be very potent. Does that make sense? It will be very potent. Right. This entry would be a really big ingredient. The Ten of Wands, right? The Knight of Cups, right? Yeah. I see an energy in here too that you know when you joke too much about things, right? Well, this joke was like, you know, it's kind of like, right? Somebody was praying for something, like, you know, whatever, like, you know, it's like, oh, whatever you're praying for that I took for as a joke, yeah, I get it wasn't a joke anymore. Oh, really? The way you make me feel, you thought that was a joke? That's shame on you.